on, people? It's your boy Tops back again for another Arsenal and Chill with my main man, my brother from another mother, the one and only Colin. Say hello to the people, Colin. How you feeling?
Yeah, Tops has dragged me out second time in 2 days.
I've got him on shift, man. I've done it, guys. So I hope you guys are appreciating it. I've got him on shift. Big up fandom already in the chat. He says hello, hello, Colin.
Lord.
Big him up, big him up, big him up.
What's up, brother?
Come on. So yeah, bro, we're just gonna be talking about obviously a few things. Get your reaction obviously on the Newcastle defeat and what you think about Arsenal going to Dubai and the breaking news about Saka potentially returning in the start of March. So yeah, that is going to be something to talk about. Big up Shadow as well in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. We did it, guys. But 1,100, we did it today. And yeah, man. Let's see if we can get to 2,000 as quickly as possible. Fandom says, do you know that your boys top lost in a bet? Yeah, if you don't know, Colin, me and Fandom had a bet that Tottenham weren't gonna beat Brentford, and they ended up beating them 2-0. So now he calls me KSI every single stream, which I'm a man's man. I lost the bet. I thought Tottenham were gonna lose, didn't. So I'm fair, man. So yeah, you can get to call me KSI.
Do you know what, right? Fandom, you missed a trick there, right? Because that's a weak bet, bruv. Right? I'm not even. If you want, I'm not going to put ideas in your head. But if you really wanted to really stick it to Tops, you could have just said, "Hey, listen, you got to wear a Tottenham shirt for me."
Oh no, bro! I would not even risked it. I would not even said yes to that bet, just in case, because knowing my luck obviously happened. I'd end up losing the bet.
Listen, it's a weak bet, bro. Like, what we doing?
He goes, "Oh, don't worry, I'll do something better." Oh yeah, I'm definitely saying that. See what you done, Colin? You're putting ideas in the guy's head. Oh, Colin, come on, bro. What's wrong with you, man?
Hey, listen. Hey, it's a weak bet, bro. What you want? Like, come on, man.
Giving these guys ideas in the comments, man. But big up everyone in the comments. And yeah, let's get ready for the show. So yeah, Colin, obviously we're on the back of a 2-0 defeat to Newcastle in the League Cup, obviously losing the first leg 2-0 as well. 4-0 on aggregate. Yeah. And as well as not signing a player as well. So let me know what your thoughts are on the game, us not signing a player and all that good stuff, my friend.
Yeah. All right. Well, Newcastle, it's short and sweet.
Yeah.
We were 2-0 down to begin with. We knew we were up against it, but what pisses me off is the performances across the two legs. They were nothing short of a disgrace. And by the way, Fandom, I can tell you right now, he's not going to do that.
So no way. Brother, no way on this earth will you ever catch me in the Tottenham shirt.
By the way, I wouldn't be betting on Tottenham lately, bro.
I know, this is it. Did you see them on Sunday? Bro, I did a watch along for it. Did you see them on Sunday? It should have been about 7-1. They absolutely got battered by Villa, bro. Battered. I couldn't believe it, man.
Look, Brentford probably suited you to begin with. With their style and everything else. I mean, I thought you'd lose to them, but that's because you're in such bad form.
Yeah, 100%.
Funnily enough, I can see it being a 0-0, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
So we'll end up being a boring game. But on Newcastle, listen, we were 2-0 down to begin with. The performances across two legs it was a disgrace.
Yeah.
Flat out. The second leg tactics, I don't understand what the manager was trying to do. Because we played a high line against a team that, I mean, is pretty good on the counter-attack, if we're honest.
Yeah, very good on counter-attack, yeah.
And look, called it before the game even happened.
Yeah.
Newcastle, they don't have to, they're not going to feel the need to, press us or go at us right from the off. They'll sit back, hit us on the break, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
So I don't blame Newcastle for that. Congratulations on getting to a final. And as far as Arsenal are concerned, well, was it 6 years with No trophy now, because let's be real about it. We're not winning the Premier League this year, and
no way.
We damn sure ain't winning the Champions
League. No way.
Congratulations, Arsenal, for letting us all down. Really.
Yeah, legit, bro, legit. I kind of echo what you're saying there, and the fact that we didn't sign any kind of player as well in the January transfer window, and then Martinelli goes down for an injury. Like it could be like 2 months, Colin. This is absolutely horrific, but it serves the board right for not backing Mikel Arteta to a certain extent, to getting him a forward. He said in the press conferences, Declan Rice said as well, we're having to play Kieran Tierney left wing to take off Trossard to rest him because we haven't got any forward options because they're all injured. And yeah, the board just sat on their laurels and did not strengthen where it needed to be strengthened. So for me, I think it was a bad performance, and yeah, it's looking bleak for the rest of the season, especially with the injuries we've got in the forward line. But yeah, big up fandom says, can you wear a Manchester City shirt? Bro, any rivals is off limits, brother. No Chelsea shirt, no Man City, no Man United, no Spurs, no Liverpool, nothing. Yeah, Arsenal only. Nice try, though. Nice try. But yeah, big up for the question.
Do you know what? This is partly my fault because I put ideas in his head. So
yeah, this is what I'm saying, man. This is what this is on you, Colin. This is on you. But
I'll happily say that, bro.
Newcastle. They go through to the final. Big up to them. Obviously, I think they've already deserved it over the 2 legs. And I kind of agree with you, Colin, in terms of the tactics that we displayed. I didn't really think or understand why Mikel Arteta really had that high line, especially with Isak and Gordon, 2 of the most pacey wingers or forwards in the league. The fact that obviously they just needed to sit back and just hit us on the counter attack. Like even when Isak scored the goal that was ruled offside, I was thinking, how's he got this so much space? Like, you know, this is like the 3rd or 4th minute in the game. It was just crazy what happened there. But for me, I feel like Mikel Arteta definitely has to have a look at himself in terms of his cup record, because that is only one, obviously, cup win, that FA Cup win in 2020 in 21 competitions that he's had, which is absolutely disgraceful. So, yeah, that's definitely something he needs to look at himself, regardless of, obviously, the injuries and the lack of, obviously, transfer like targets that he's got in the January window.
Fandom's really got you...
Bro, this is what you started, Colin. He goes, Newcastle shirt, let's go. Where is that? Because he destroyed you.
Oh my God. Yo, hey, listen, fandom, chill out, yeah? Chill out. None of this other shit. We're trying to get through the show here. Chill out. Jesus
KSI Spurs are going to make you Spurs. Why? No, bro. No. Like I said, no. But anyway, on to obviously the next topic at hand. Arsenal have gone to Dubai, Colin. They've done their annual trip. It seems like every annual trip, every time we get knocked out of the FA Cup, it seems like, we just go off to Dubai for 10 days or so. So Arsenal off to Dubai. Obviously, there's been a lot of back and forth in terms of, do Arsenal deserve to be going to Dubai? Are they getting rewarded for being knocked out of another competition? Should they have stayed at home and really practiced their game in cold conditions rather than going abroad, enjoying the hot weather, hot summer out in Dubai? What do you think? Do you think they should have gone to Dubai? Do you think they need to go to Dubai? Or is it a case of Arsenal really are just rewarded for obviously failing in cold competitions, not getting to the final? What do you think?
Well, they've lost that extra weight, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know, not having to carry cups around.
Yeah, this is
it.
This is it.
You know, I mean, look, the players work hard and all that. They put a shift in, so why not give them a holiday, you know? All right. In case you lot didn't realize that was sarcasm.
Yeah. Okay? No one believed a word of that, of course.
Now, me personally,
yeah,
the Dubai trip last year, the reason why was because, the reason why that happened was because there was a winter break last year.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Okay? It made sense.
And whatever we did after we came back from Dubai,
you
know, we were putting in really good performances.
Facts.
And we weren't going there off the back of cup exits.
Yeah.
Right? This time, we are going there off the back of cup exits. Now, if I'm manager, that's the last thing I'm doing. All right? The first thing I'm doing is every single one of you in training tomorrow morning at the crack of dawn.
Yeah.
Don't care. Dubai trip. I know we've had this trip to Dubai planned. I've cancelled the flights. I've cancelled the transportation. You're not going anymore. All right? No. And I know some people will say, oh, well, if we had won the Carabao Cup only this season, people would still say that the season's a failure. Because I've heard that going around on social
Yeah,
media too.
I've heard that as well. Yeah, quite a lot.
Right? And our goals are bigger than apparently the Carabao Cup or any cup for that matter, just
People
the
said
league
that.
and the Champions League, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Tottenham under Pochettino had that mentality. How'd that work out for them?
That's exactly what I say as well to these guys that say that. Like, do not write off any kind of competition because you don't know when your net's going to win a trophy. You can't do it, bro. Like, yeah, you're definitely right with that, man. You can't write off any kind of trophy, bro. No way. No way.
I'm not having this fan base write off any trophy.
No,
right?
Facts.
Because
yeah.
What this fan base likes they like to pick and choose when they say certain things, right?
Yeah, 100%.
When Tottenham were under their best era ever under Pochettino, right? What Arsenal fans would always say is, yeah, but you haven't won anything.
Yeah.
Arsenal in our worst era have won more than you.
100%.
Well, you can't laud them FA Cups and say, oh, our goals are bigger than the Carabao Cup. Like, it's one or the other. That's what pisses me off about this fan base. They pick and choose when it suits. Like, again, there's no consistency with this fan base. Take me, for example, right? Do I want to win the league? Yes, I do. Do I want to win the Champions League? Yes, I do. But I don't write off trophies. Like, bro, I'm starving for silverware here.
Legit. I'm so hungry right now. Honestly, so hungry.
Bro, I'd take the Carabao Cup right now.
Same.
Do you know why? Because I've not won anything in 5 years. I've not been brought a trophy since 2020.
Gee, that's a long time.
I'm desperate, bruv. I'm not picky. Like, I mean, I swear to God, man, like, if you listen to this fan base on social media, you'd think that we're all eating out of cups. Hell, we're eating out of the FA Cup for our Christmas dinner. That's what you'd think. But hey, listen, stupidity runs rampant in this fan base.
Yeah,
it is what it is, man. Like, but I'll say this: congratulations to Newcastle, because I'll tell you what, I hope you win it. I really do, because
same.
I'm not like other people in the fan base where I have a vendetta against Newcastle just because they're our new bogey team, it seems like. Because again, I've never talked about this publicly, but listen, if I wasn't an Arsenal fan, I'd be a Newcastle fan.
Oh, really?
Because of the area that I come from. Oh. So I have a soft spot for them, and I really do hope that they get over the line. It won't be easy, but look, Plymouth showed that it can be done. So, hey, why not?
This is it. What phase are they in, man? This is it. They show they can beat Liverpool, bro. So that's what I mean, man. But yeah, just to go back on obviously the point with Dubai. The thing with Arsenal is that they do like to play on obviously the fans' emotions in terms of that the PR merchants that obviously lap up everything they do. And I hope they're not using I feel like they are using Dubai as a way of covering up, not getting signings, all these injuries, like showing Saka back. Obviously, we'll get onto that later on, showing Saka back. Preparing his return. I feel like they're using that as a crutch, as a clutch to really try and trick the fans in terms of making them accept them going to Dubai every year when the season's not going so well. Well, hold up a minute. Why don't you just start the season well and we're top of the league? Then we don't have to go to Dubai. We don't have to do this. Or if you do go to Dubai, everyone's more receptive of it because we're doing well in the league anyway. It's not a thing where it's the last chance saloon where we have to go to save our season, which obviously the last 2 seasons it's been. I feel like we need to be careful.
Let's be real, bro. The only reason we're going to Dubai is because out of all the top 6 clubs that played this weekend, we weren't one of them.
Yeah, in the FA Cup.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
That's 100%. The only reason we're going to Dubai, because it's an FA Cup weekend. Let's be real about it. So,
It's a tricky one.
I don't get the excuses, all this shit of covering up just because we're out of 2 cups, and we're not even in March yet. Like, I mean, that's the worst thing. The fact you're out of both cups before March is an embarrassment.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy, man.
I just I'm not with it, man. I'm not with it at all.
Nah, it's not good, man. It's not good. Big up everyone that's commented. Fandom says Tottenham are going to win the Premier League and the Europa League, brother. I don't know what you've been drinking, but yeah.
Sounds like someone's been on Football Manager for 2 long.
Yeah, legit. That's it. They've been on the FC25 or Football Manager or whatever console of your choosing. And yeah, maybe you can do that in that universe, but in this one, bro, yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Hey, listen, I know, bro. I know. Like I used to do this with Arsenal all the time because I figured, Football Manager's the old chance Arsenal win the Premier Champions League anytime soon. So
yeah, that's fair enough, man.
I know, bro. I know the feeling.
That's fair enough. Big up, Keith Ainsley. Hi to all and hi to Colin. Big up, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video and obviously hopefully you subscribed already. Random says hi, hello as well again. He puts they go to Dubai, they break their ankles. Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is as well with the Dubai trip, you always see like, obviously last year we had the whole conundrum of the set pieces that we suddenly discovered we could score from loaded corners and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually do anything this year in terms of being able to come up with some of our creative issues that we've had. Obviously on the left-hand side, relying like heavily on Saka when he's not been there. We've struggled. Odegaard obviously has been out of form. He needs to really pick up his form. So yeah, I'm intrigued from that point of view, but at the same time, I don't think it can mask the deficiencies we've got in the squad in terms of going up front, the lack of striker and the lack of forward options because of all the injuries we've got. So yeah, I think he'll do well, Mikel Arteta, to get out of that one. But yeah, moving on swiftly. Obviously, Colin, I don't know if you've seen the pictures, and I want to get your take on it in terms of what you think of Arsenal. Literally, kind of just pushing out Bukayo Saka, saying that he's ready to return. And you've seen all the reports of Saka pushing for a return in the early March, which is only obviously less than 4 weeks away, which would only be under 3 months since he's had hamstring surgery. Now, we've seen it from doctors all around, obviously, the internet and people, obviously, who are in the know, saying that, a hamstring injury with surgery takes 4 to 6 months normally for a full recovery. So are you worried? Number one, do you believe the stories about him coming back at the start of, obviously, the next month, sorry. And number two, are we taking a risk if he does come back that he could have a permanent injury to obviously his hamstring for the foreseeable future in his career?
I do believe the stories because of the type of person that Saka is.
Yeah.
Like he never wants to be out of the game for too long. But equally, I think for his own benefit, someone at Arsenal has to pull him aside and go, listen, relax.
Yeah.
Right? Take time off, recover properly, and then we can discuss what happens after that. Because look, Saka's place in this team is never going to be in question. Now, to me, that in itself is a problem.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's shown his quality, right? So I think it's fair to assume that Saka will always have a role to play in this side. But personally, I don't think he should be back in March. I think, again, like I mentioned, someone should pull him aside and just tell him to relax.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because we had this same problem with Alexis where he would want to play all the time, and the manager or whoever else it was wasn't strong enough to say to Sanchez, listen, calm down. Calm down. We don't want to run you into the ground. But whether the current management do that, I don't know. I really don't know, mate. Like, if I was part of Saka's like little circle of people, I'd just be kind of like putting a thought in his head and kind of go, listen, don't worry. Like, take your time. Like, you're coming off surgery, man. Like, relax. But hey, is what it is, isn't it?
No, I hear you, bro. I think I agree with that as well. Like, I think I agree with terms of the player that Saka is. I think he's definitely someone that he's gonna push his limits. He wants to get back on the football pitch and help obviously the team. He's not going to be happy that we've obviously gone out of 2 competitions as well. But I agree with you again. Like, bro, he needs for his own benefit. We've seen it with Reece James. Obviously, he had surgery earlier this season. Hopefully for him, just from like a banter aside, I know if he's a Chelsea player. Hopefully for him, he can have a decent career because you don't want to see players always get injured for the same recurring injury. But we've seen it with hamstring injuries before, Colin. Like, if you do not sort it out properly, if you do not have the proper rehabilitation for that injury, they could be having a recurring injury for years, like just going again. And people were even saying if he does it again, like quite recently, he could be out for like a year. Because you would have to have double the amount of time for it to recover because you've done it.
Case in point for this is Jack Wilshere, man.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. Jack Wilshere.
Like Jack was very much the same mindset where he'd want to play all the time.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
he'd want to play in that midfield. He'd want to get on the ball and start, dictating stuff. But the minute he got his first major injury, right, it wasn't wraps for him then, because I feel like if he had taken the time to recover properly, we would have seen the full potential of Jack.
Yeah.
And having him be a mainstay in that midfield. The problem was it was a combination of Arsene Wenger playing him injured at certain points, and no one saying to him, "Listen, just relax. You don't have to play all the time. You're still a young player. You'll be in and around the team for a while. Right now, it's not prevalent that you be in this team because we need you 100%." And I feel like Saka could go down that same route if we don't manage it, and I don't want that for Saka, man. I really don't. I still remember Jack Wilshere's performance against Barcelona in the Champions League and how just effortless he made it look.
Yeah.
I don't want that for Saka, man. No.
Yeah, same here, bro. Same here. Just going obviously to the comments before we obviously carry on. Big up, bro. He says the Saka better be careful. He's become the next Theo Walcott. Yeah, legit. He was another one that was picking up after that ACL injury he had. He was just picking up little niggles here and there. Aaron Ramsey, another one, man. His hamstrings, his calves. He was a player that really struggled with muscle injuries, groin. Like every other season, he would be getting these injuries that would keep him out for 2-3 months at a time. He could never have a full season where he was just fit. And I think that hindered obviously his also career because he started off really well in that FA Cup season. He won us obviously the FA Cup, but obviously he was injured in that one as well. I still remember his performance against Liverpool. That was magical. I'm guessing you're on about Saka's this season when he scored. I'm assuming, or could be Wilshere, depending on obviously who you're talking about. Let me know in the comments, bro. But yeah, I agree, man. I think Saka obviously is such an important part of Arsenal, not just this season, but in the foreseeable future. He's obviously Arsenal's best attacker. He's still only 23. You forget how young he is just because he's been on the scene since 17, and you just keep hearing his name. He's obviously normally fit every single season, and because you're so used to and accustomed to him, you forget how old he actually is. He still is relatively young for someone in his position. You look at players that still go like Lewandowski and obviously Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia and all these other players who are like in their mid-30s to late 30s. You could argue that Saka, if obviously taken care of, no more major injuries, can have another 10 years out of the game, playing in Europe, playing in the Champions League, hopefully for Arsenal. But yeah, so with that in mind, you have to really be very careful with these guys. You cannot overplay them. You cannot think they're just going to recover from surgery so quickly in the season just because you've got a few injuries in other areas. I would rather be safe than sorry, me personally, and give him as much time as he needs. I know he's going to push to come back. But like you said, Colin, I think sometimes you've got to, be the player's worst enemy, but in this case, be their best friend, because I think you're going to be saving him from a lot of obviously heartache going forward if you don't rush him back and make sure he makes a full recovery from this hamstring injury. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see if that is true, if he is back in early March. Obviously, I think they said they're targeting the Champions League last 16 and the Manchester United game at Old Trafford. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see if he's in the squad. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see if that happens. But yeah, moving on to obviously the next game that we've got, Colin. We've got Leicester away. Leicester away, man, crazy. What do you think? Obviously, they're in the relegation zone. Their last win actually came against Tottenham Hotspur away from home, winning 2-1 at their stadium. What's your thoughts going into this game, bro? What do you think is going to happen? Are you confident?
I mean, like anything less than a win's not acceptable. So the way I see it, right, we just gotta. It's basically by hook or by crook, you know. Like 3 points is all that matters, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Like anything else, I'm just like not interested. Don't care about performances. Don't care about whether or not whatever it happens to be. I just care about 3 points, bro. Like I don't give a shit. Like, do I think we'll win it? No, but equally, if I'm proved wrong, great. Because again, like I mentioned last week, bro.
Yeah.
If we win the league, I'll ball up like a baby.
Yeah, 100%. Me too, man. I'll be right there. Cheers of joy.
So, yeah, like, I mean, look, our Leicester are a good side. Nah, not really.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look, we've dropped points to a few poor sides this season. So, anything less than 100% is just not going to cut it. So,
yeah.
3 points. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. Let me get to these comments. He put, no, Theo Walcott in the Champions League against Liverpool. Do you not watch it? Yeah, I watched that, bro. I wasn't sure you heard about Saka. Anfield, bro. When obviously we lost 4-2 in the end, but he made that amazing run. Bro, he did a few times at Anfield. He did the one, obviously, in the Champions League 2008, where he made that amazing run past it to Adebayor. And then there was another time he did it too. I think Arshavin. It was the 4-4, where it was his fourth goal. He did like a nice little run on the counter-attack and teed him up. So he did like running at Anfield, to be fair. And again, this is all before his ACL injury. He was a very good dribbler. And then after that, he just wasn't the same player. So that normally does happen, man. 2008.
I would say Theo's best season was when Van Persie was at the club.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Because I remember that season and thinking, Jesus Christ, if we actually get because Van Persie was bagging, Theo was on good form, and the whole time I'm thinking, you know what? If we get a decent goalkeeper, if we get a centre back, if we get a defensive midfielder that Son can actually learn from, I mean, God,
yeah. Crazy.
Wait, no. Song left the year that summer. My bad.
Yeah.
But even still, like if we could just get a defensive midfielder to just shield that defense and get a centre back with them, like, I mean, I always think of that season and go, you know what, we really messed up when we had Robin,
Yeah. I mean,
we really messed up.
Yeah. And obviously, at the time, the fans were obviously on his back because he left to go to Man United. But when you actually realize what he was actually saying, and it was pretty true, it's hard to admit that obviously the owners didn't have any ambition. He went to them before he signed the contract and said, still don't. Before he signed the contract, said, okay, how are we going to win the Premier League? How are we going to win the Champions League? What type of players are you going to buy to help me because I'm scoring all the goals? And they weren't really interested, man. They were just like, oh, we're happy with top 4. I think we finished 3rd that season. And that's when he decided to go to Man United, and then he won the league. So, can't really blame him if I'm being honest. Just go on the Theo Walcott one. I think his best season was the year after when Van Persie left. And I think that season is when obviously everyone was saying, oh, Theo, you need to sign the contract, sign the thing. I remember that. And I thought he was amazing that season, man.
Wasn't that the year after that? Wasn't that the year after?
No, so Van Persie left the 2011-2012 season.
I remember seeing sign the thing around 2014-15, but that wasn't.
So you'd already signed the thing. He signed it. I think it was the end of that season. I think so. It was the 2012-2013 season. That's when he got I want to say he got 16 league goals. Where he got 21 in all comps. But he had 15, 16 assists. I remember he took the corners and he scoring. It was the year that we beat Reading 5-7. In that game, we were 4-0 down, and he scored a hat-trick that year. We just got Giroud, we had Podolski. But he was definitely our best player And then obviously the year after, that's when he did his ACL against Spurs when he did the whole 2-0 when he's on the stretcher.
Yeah.
And then after that, he just was never the same player. Like in terms of,
I think that when he did his ACL against Tottenham, I think that was the season after Van Persie left.
Was that the season?
I think, yeah, because it would have been because that was 2014, I think. So,
but Van Persie left 2012, didn't he? Because remember he won the league for Man United.
No, we well, yeah, because he left in the 2012-13 season, and the season that Theo Walcott did the 2-0 thing was the year after. So that would have been 13-14.
It was the year after that. Because the reason I remember is because that season he'd hardly played because he was injured. Then he played because that was an FA Cup game. And so he started that FA Cup game, and then he did his ACL. But the season before he was fit because obviously he was scoring all the goals. But even so, like you were saying, in terms of like strengthening the squad, we should have done it with Van Persie, Nasri, all these other guys. This is when obviously we're selling our best players, and you just think we're just 1 or 2 plays away, like you said, a top centre back, a top goalkeeper. Then we get a striker, and then but then we get the centre back and the goalkeeper, and then we need a striker. It's just always the opposite between getting a top player either side of the positions, man. It's just very, very frustrating.
And funnily enough, after the whole we need a striker nonsense, we get 2 elite gunmen, and we've not got the fucking goalkeeper.
Yeah, at the back. We've got Mustafi and the rest of these clowns at the back, bro. Lichtsteiner and them, man. Oh, my God. That is crazy, bro. I can't believe we had the back 5 we had then, man, was atrocious. Honestly. Oh, mate.
Mustafi, wasted prime Lacazette and prime man.
I know, wasted them, bro. Proper 2. We had 2 at the same time. In fact, we were playing 2 in the same team. That's how good they were. They actually could play together, which is very rare. 2 different strikers actually can play each other, set each other up, etc., etc. And we just literally wasted it. And now we ain't got a striker in the squad. No, we had 2 at the same time. Oh my God, unreal, man, unreal. Hoping Rude does a number on Arsenal. Obviously, your man's not a Man United fan, so
I bet you are, man.
Yeah, only the real ones remember Prime Nasri. Yeah, Prime Nasri was a problem, man. He was a problem. He was a good player, to be fair. I can't even begrudge. I mean, I don't really like him, but
Nasri was. Do you know what's so frustrating about that era, right? Is the fact that we did have good players, but we were missing like 2 or 3 key pieces to the squad where we could have gone on to challenge for the major trophies, and we just never did it. That's where the frustration lies. And to be honest with you, we're in the exact same position yet again. There's no look. I said it. I put a little. I put a video on my YouTube last week, right? And basically, what I said was, this all comes back to the Cronkies, right? Is Arteta at fault for the tactical side of it? Absolutely. And I will never not criticize Arteta for that. But like I said in the video, I kind of feel sorry for him because what the board have done is they have left him high and dry. They've gone, the squad is fine as it is, which, again, anyone outside of the Arsenal bubble, or hell, even inside the Arsenal bubble at this point, realizes that that's not the case. Because if it was, the fans would be, if we had a window like we had in January and the squad was fine as it is, and fans thought that, and the board, and everyone outside of the Arsenal bubble thought that, we'd be going, you know what? We get it. But it's not fine. It's not fine. Why do you think everyone outside of the Arsenal bubble is saying that Arsenal messed up in January?
Yeah, because they know,
because again, it comes back to the board not doing what is necessary to push us to that next level. They've done it before. And as far as I'm concerned, we're not winning a big trophy while they're here. It's not gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, I think I agree.
We'll get close. We'll get close.
Yeah, we have already.
We'll just be missing like 2 or 3 or 1 or 2. Bro, honestly, there's only so much you can take as a fan. It's almost gotten to the point, right, where you're mentally exhausted because of it.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, bro. I've checked out.
Yeah.
I've checked out, bro. I'm tired of this board taking the piss. I'm tired of this club taking the piss, because what Arsenal do, they build your hopes up only to drag you down and go, well, actually, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. And all the while you're thinking, why not? We're so close. Like, I can't bring myself to be emotionally invested in a club that does not care about the happiness of the fan base, because let's be honest with ourselves, they don't care. Because if they did, they would have done something about it in January. The fact that they didn't tells me that they don't. So why in the world should I be invested in a club that does not fucking care? Why? Tell me. Because
it's true, man.
I don't see any reason why I should be spitting dummies on social media or spitting dummies on YouTube over a club that doesn't do shit. Like, why should I care, bro? Why?
Nah, it's true, man. I can't even argue with that, to be honest with you. And it's right, man. They always fail to go the extra mile when they need to get someone important, whether it's in the striking department or goalkeeper or centre back or midfield. They never do it, man. And it's very frustrating. And I think what's more frustrating is that we're so close. You can taste it, you can see it, but we just don't get over the line on a consistent. We just don't do it. They just don't want us to do it.
And do you know what, right? I wasn't going to talk about this, but I feel like it's necessary, right?
Yeah.
Lee Judges on Arsenal Fan TV this week has received a lot of criticism. Now, personally, I don't understand why, because I'm where he's at in terms of not caring about, whether we do it or not anymore. Lee said this week that he feels like he is entitled to a refund of a season ticket.
Yeah.
And a lot of fans have said, oh, why, look at this guy, like he's not a real supporter and this and that. Listen, anyone that says that Lee Judges is not a real Arsenal supporter clearly hasn't had interactions with him to begin with. Because I know for a fact he cares about this club. You know why I know that? Because I've had conversations with the guy and I know he does care.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. When Arsenal repeatedly punch you in the gut season after season with, again, it's like I mentioned before, bro. They build you up only to let you down massively. And where Lee's coming from is he feels let down yet again, like the majority of Arsenal fans do. So what was wrong with what Lee said? I mean, obviously, it's like he's saying that, he feels entitled to a refund to further emphasize the point. But the general point that he was making was that he feels let down. So do I. So does Tops.
Yeah.
So does everyone else. It's 100%. Only the fucking idiots that aren't let down. It's only the fucking idiots who pretend like everything's all right. Let me tell you, it ain't all right, because this club, again, like we've said multiple times, do the bare minimum, right? If they were willing to do the bare minimum, right, or if, let's just say, for example, that they were willing to push us on to honours, tell me this, why didn't they do that under Arsene Wenger? Why?
Yeah.
You know the guy, listen, I wanted Wenger out towards the end. Tops wanted Wenger out towards the end. Everyone did. But here's the problem. If you're not going to back the greatest ever manager that this club's had, who had a proven track record of winning titles, why would we believe a single word that they say when they've not backed the guy who won 3 league titles at our club? Why? Like, Nah, bro. Nah, I'm not having it anymore. Nah.
No, it's true, man. It doesn't really make much sense. And I do think we're going to struggle to win a major with these owners in charge. They just do the bare minimum. And it's a joke, really, because you look at it, how many merchandise we've had. Bro, I've seen that we've released 4 merchandise or for 4 pieces of clothing, whether it's jumpers or new like customized shirts for Arsenal. We've released 4 in January and 14. We released 14 different styles of merchandise, including the kits, since the start of the season. Now, if you're asking the fans to really push out and spend a lot of money, because these things are not cheap, guys. These are like, £90, £100, some of these items per item. If you're asking them to fork out and go the extra mile and get this extra money from somewhere, then why are you yourselves not doing the same with your own club? Why are you not going the extra mile? Why are you not spending the extra money to make sure that we're successful? Because in the long run, you're going to make more money anyway. If people are seeing us winning, they're going to automatically support the club because everyone likes to be associated with winners, especially people that are new to football. And then you're going to have more customers or consumers willing to buy your stuff because we're winning. That's how it works. So in the long run, you're just hurting yourself in your own business, not willing to obviously invest in the team to get some more money back in terms of getting new fans when we win stuff. So yeah, it is a bit of a weird one, really. Big up this guy says Saka was a beast. I didn't mind Saka, to be honest. I feel like
I didn't mind him either, man.
Yeah, in fact, he was so slow. He never really used to get skinned that often. The only time I remember is I think Diego Costa, who got sent off against Chelsea. We lost 1-0. We had 10 men. He got sent off. That was the day that Theo Wilcock got the captain's armband because he'd been there 10 years, which was a shamble in itself. But yeah, that was the only real time, really. So he was all right. Let's be honest, he was a good meme defender. Yeah, obviously, he was a nightmare to play on like FIFA or anything like that because he was so slow. Oh, honestly, I think his pace was like 19 or something crazy. I remember that one transfer season when City signed Sanya and Clichy from you guys. I was thinking, what is going on here? Is Arsenal a feeder club or something? For me, it was the season we sold Adebayor because I was like, what are we doing here? Like, he's literally one of our top strikers, him and Van Persie. We sold him to him, and then we didn't replace him. We had Eduardo injured as well. Obviously, he broke his leg. And then we were using Bentner like starting games because Van Persie was injury prone at the time too. So yeah, for me, that was then when I thought, oh, we're a bit of a feeder club. And then obviously afterwards, we sold other players like you say, Clichy, Sanya, Nasri. Obviously, Torre went.
Clichy and Adebayor are the main ones. Sagna is different because the club decided Wenger decided not to renew his contract.
Yeah. He said that. He came
and I remember 13-14, he had 1 year left. And Saka wanted to stay at Arsenal. That he's made that perfectly clear, right? Or he did towards the end of that season. But the club just didn't offer him a contract. So I don't think Sagna was that big of a deal around that time because we knew that his contract was come to the end. And you know what, once you get above, I think it's the age of 24, 25, once you get to that point, you're able to sign, for any club on a free once you get to like the last 6 or so months or something like that. But with Clichy and Adebayor, it was different because those two were part of our starting 11, and then City come in, and it's like, it's. I think feeder club's a bit harsh, but that again, that's the perception, and perception's reality at the end of the day. So, yeah, I mean, look, we're in a better position now, I would think. And what I will say, look, one thing I'll never do is discredit the job Arteta's done because he's done well to get us to a certain point. The issue that Arsenal fans, or the sensible Arsenal fans, let's just say, the issue that we have is he the manager to get us over the line? Well, no trophies in 5 years, going on 6, would suggest otherwise. So that's always been the issue, right? And look, there's always the comparison with Wenger and Arteta, right? Difference is Wenger did get us over the line at certain points. 3 league titles. record amount of FA Cups. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'd want Wenger back, but you can't really compare Wenger to Arteta when Wenger had gotten us over the line. Arteta hasn't. Yes, there's the FA Cup, but look, that if you're going on the logic of that wasn't his team, well, this is his team now.
Mm.
His team hasn't gotten over the line.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true. He says, I think that's when everything started to click for City. Yeah, that's when they started to obviously improve, when they started to get Arsenal's players. The day Arsenal wins a European title will be a sad day. I'm not ready to face that reality. Bro, before I leave
good luck on that one, because we'll be waiting a long time.
It's not going to happen, guy. I don't think you got anything to worry about, my guy, because with these owners, there's no way in hell, no chance in hell.
No, I'll likely be dead. I will likely be dead and gone by the time we win a European trophy. Well, not even a European trophy, just a major trophy under this ownership.
Yeah.
So you've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, 100%. I think Arteta isn't good enough. Klopp has done more with the £500 million than one FA Cup. Arteta's CV is terrible. I don't know how he got so much time to win one FA Cup at the start of the tenure. Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying.
Look, the FA Cup gave him Bly for that horrendous season after, right? But you can't just bank on an FA Cup giving you credit in the bank. It doesn't work like that.
100%, man, 100%. And coming out with stupid things like blaming the ref or the dynamics of the ball. Again, obviously, me and Colin spoke about what he said about the ball.
This is what we were talking about weeks ago. Like,
yeah, it was crazy, man.
It was like when you come up with stuff like that, right? You're basically giving rival fans a stick to beat you with.
Yeah, ammunition, man. Free ammunition. Here we go. And yeah, I think the Newcastle fans were chatting about it. About the ball, it's the ball or something like that when they're taking the mick when they beat us.
I rated that though.
Oh, bro, this is what I'm saying. We said it, bro. With the Man City thing, we said we can dish it out, we can take it. We bantered Man City because obviously they were doing stuff in the first game in the 2-2 with obviously Haaland, stay home below, and all that stuff. And then obviously Newcastle gave it back to us. But that's what football's about. This is why when I hear people are going to try and punish Lewis Skelly and all these guys for mimicking other people or other rival fans or other clubs, I'm like, bro, no. We need it in the game. It's all part of the game. Everyone needs to take the mick out of each other. And the thing is, obviously with football, anyone can beat each other. So you might beat us and then you take the mick out of us, and then we might beat you and then we take the mick out of you. That's how it goes, bro. That's part of it. Like we can't allow it to be so robotic. AI just, this is the result. We don't celebrate, we don't react, and we just move on to the next one. No, man, because what's the point of even watching it if you can't react and celebrate and take the mick for you, against your mates and stuff like that? So yeah, man, we definitely need to keep that in the game. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but I'm not persuaded by Arteta. Obviously, me and Colin have said our thoughts about it. If he doesn't win a major, and we're not going to win a major this season, then I think he should be moved on. Wenger played pretty football, but you had a feeling he wasn't going to win the league. Like we're saying, bro, like we was never really back towards. I mean, for me, I feel like towards the end, that's when obviously the beginning of the end, he was doing the same old things. He was very, very stubborn, and that's obviously why I wanted him gone. But before that period where he was not given the right tools, we were playing Senderos and all these kind of guys, Squalacci, and we were replacing Van Persie and all these guys with players that are below the level, and he was still getting top four. I was like, fair play to him, man. He's trying to do his best. He needs to get
more help. He had his best players sold to quote unquote finance the stadium. Like, bro, I believe that Arsene Wenger wanted to keep Van Persie around, right? But here's the issue with that, though. I mean, I don't know how true this story is, but Piers Morgan has said that the Van Persie deal was done between Wenger and Sir Alex over the phone. Now, I don't know how true that is, whether there's any legitimacy to that story, but let's just say it was. Wenger would have thought in his head, well, unless we do X, Y, and Z, he's not going to stay. So it's probably best that we move him on. But if Wenger was back like he should have been during that point, I mean, can anyone honestly tell me that the competitive person inside of Arsene Wenger would have wanted Van Persie to go to Manchester United when he had a rivalry going on with Sir Alex during the early 90s? No.
No way.
No. Like, did he get certain things wrong? Yes. But so does everybody. Like, Arsene Wenger during that period, like, I remember one season, I think, what year was it? I think it was 07, 08, where we looked like we were gonna, like he was gonna get us over the line again because Eduardo was bagging him. You know, Adebayor was doing incredible.
Yeah,
you know, and that leg break to Eduardo, that is what cost us the league. But here's the issue with that: when Eduardo broke his leg, right? All we had was Adebayor and Van Persie, who was injured pretty much all the time, right? But I would say during that season, we were probably one or two players away from really going for the league during that point. I reckon if you got a goalkeeper and another centre back, you probably win the title.
Yeah, facts.
Because around that time, we had an aging Jens Lehmann, Almunia, and Flapianski, right? None of those goalkeepers, especially Lehmann during that period, because he was 37 or whatever he was.
Yeah, he was really old.
And the backups behind him were Almunia and Flapianski.
No, dear.
None of those three are title-winning goalkeepers, especially Lehmann at the age he was, right? If Arsene Wenger got the backing to get a really good goalkeeper, because again, he proved he could find good goalkeepers. And if he got the money to get an additional centre-back, we probably would have won the title. But again, it goes back to it. The board, again, it's like I mentioned, we do enough, but not quite enough.
Yeah.
And look, I'm doing all this based off memory, right? So, you know, whether or not we would have won the league if Eduardo had stayed fit, I don't know, right? But hey, look, United won the league that season. It is what it is. But I get our issues can all come back to the board. That's the point, right? The Ollie Watkins situation sums it up. Offered to us for 60, we pay 40 because we don't want to overspend, apparently. Even though we spend champagne prices on season tickets. Yeah, great idea, really.
Yeah. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Big up Keith Ainsley. He said, will you give a shout out for Roman Ainsley? He's 80. He loves Arsenal. Yeah, big up, man. Big up Roman Ainsley. Big him up, bro. From me and Colin.
For a lifetime of, again, like the United fan has said in the chat, you're in for a lifetime of suffering, bro.
That's a lifetime of pain, brother. I'm sorry, man. And the thing is, with now, it's even worse because they're going to give you some false sense of hope because they're playing well and they're second, and then it's just going to be snatched away from you at the last second. So,
what's more annoying about that, right? Yeah. For me, like, I've grown up on Arsenal competing for titles and winning stuff, right?
Same.
For the younger generation, they won't know that because they won't have seen Arsenal win a title. So they'll just go, oh, Arsenal are a Champions League club. That's about it. Well, that's not how I remember them. I would like to see my club win the title again.
Same.
I mean, okay, we've not won the Champions League in our history, right? But again, I would like to think that this club will win a Champions League before I drop dead. right? But I know our owners, so I'm not putting great expectations on that. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, I hear you, man. He says you can't really blame players though. They have short careers. RVP's gamble paid off.
We don't. Let's just get this straight. We don't blame the players for that. No, we blame the board for not doing what is necessary to get us over the line. That's the point.
100%, man. Look at someone like Son at Spurs, 10 years of no trophies after winning the Golden Boot, do well. Yeah, bro. Like I said, man, like the players have got their own personal, obviously, accomplishments they want to do, and they want to win trophies, man. And this is why I say, and like Colin just put there well, that these fans don't know what it's like to go through a team that's ready to win things, but they just need a couple of ingredients, and then they just all start to disband. And we've seen it before with, like you said, Van Persie, Nasri, Fabregas, all these guys. When they start seeing Saliba leaving, Saka leaving, Odegaard leaving, all these guys, they're going to be like, oh, this is what it feels like. And this is what we're trying to avoid as Arsenal fans. This is why we're onto the board to spend the money required, because this team that we've got here is a good team, but it's not going to last forever. Players are going to get sold. Players are going to leave. Players are going to put in transfer requests. Players are not going to want to renew contracts, etc., etc. We've been here before. So, yeah, this is what we're trying to avoid, because then you end up needing loads of players now. Now that we only need one or two, then you end up needing 6 or 7, because you got to replace Saliba, you got to replace Odegaard, you got to replace Saka, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, man, we're just trying to avoid that. You ain't going to win the league, I'm sorry, but Sir Alex was something else. Listen, it was going to be close. We were 10 points ahead. With, I think, 10 games left or something like that. So, yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? Big up the panel. Big up, bro. Big up. Thanks for tuning in. THP. Big up. I miss the days when I used to be called a glory hunter. yeah, bro. It goes quick, man. Obviously, we've got 21 years since we last won the league. Man United, since 2013. So yours is 12? Going to be probably 13. Like it goes quick, bro. It goes quick. And
by the way, though, right? I'll say on the glory hunter stuff, because that really does piss me off, actually. Right? When, especially growing up, right? Because I got called a glory hunter when I was a kid because Arsenal were doing well at the time. But the thing is, these people don't understand, your reasons.
Yeah. For
supporting a club. I know mine. I can sleep at night knowing my reasons why I support Arsenal. And those reasons were, one, I would be rebellious and go against what my younger brother would do. Yeah. But number two, I remember how I felt when I first seen Dennis Bergkamp. I remember that feeling. That sticks with you. That does not go away, bro. So, honestly, anyone that says that you're a glory hunter, like, you don't need to worry about these people, because, quite frankly, they've got no brains between them.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Once they leave, if they do, they're going to win stuff, 100%. Big up Gio, man, Giovanni. He says, Sesko is the man. Well, to be honest with you, I've not watched too much of him. I don't know if you have, Colin. No. Yeah, I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure. It's going to be a crazy one. I feel like if we do get a striker, for me personally, I want someone who's got probably more experience, more numbers. I know he's 21. It'd be different if we already had that striker and then we got this guy in, so he was the backup. But again, even if we do have a get striker in, people are not obviously realizing, what are we going to do with Havertz? Havertz is now going to be on the bench, be on nearly 300 grand a week. Like, what are we going to do? We don't want to see him in the midfield. Obviously, he's a decent backup number 9, but bro, like, what is going to happen with him? Like, we can't keep him on the bench with all this money. Surely we're going to have to try and look to move him on. Like, and this is what I think is keeping Arteta back, possibly as well as the owners of the board from getting that striker. Because now he's going to have to admit that, you know what, Havertz doesn't really have a place in the squad with the money he's on and the amount of money we spent on him. Like, having a £65 million player on the bench ain't ideal financially for the board. They're not going to want that as well. They're going to be like, you know what?
I'll tell you what, though, right? That's not a bad thing, right? And the reason why I say that, right, is because, I mean, okay, I know we're not City, right?
Yeah.
But Pep brought in Claudio Bravo from Barcelona, right? It didn't work. So what does he do? He lets him go and he brings in Ederson.
Yeah.
Right? Just because you spend big money on a player, that doesn't mean you can't move him on. Like, if anything, you just think, right, this hasn't worked. Let's try something else. Pep's done it. Fergie's done it. Wenger's done it. That all the top managers at some point have done this. So it's not an issue for me. Like, I don't care about the wages Havertz is on. If he's not the one to deliver us a league title, then so be it.
Yeah, just
like,
move him on.
Who gives a shit?
Move him on. Obviously, my worry is how Arteta has been with other players that he keeps a hold of for too long. Eddie and Nketiah. We probably should have sold Jesus this season. We're probably going to have to sell him next season. Zinchenko, we probably kept him on for a season too long. Like, there's certain players that have their usefulness, gets us back into the top 4 or whatever, then we need to move them on and make space for better players. But he keeps them on for an extra year or two. And that kind of obviously makes the plans of obviously what we're going to do further forward delayed for another year because we can't move these players on. So yeah, it is going to be interesting to see if he does end up moving Havertz on if we do get a big striker. Gio says my reasons were Thierry Henry, man. Simple as. That's the same with me, man. As soon as I've seen that guy, bro. Oh, unreal, man. Electric, like Andy Gray used to say. Electric. This guy.
Hey, whatever your reasons are,
brilliant.
Like no one's in your head, right? So as far as I'm concerned, as far as anyone's concerned, your reasons for supporting a club only matter to the individual. It doesn't matter to anybody else. Like, I know what my reasons are. Gio knows what his reasons is. Tops knows what his are. Who cares after that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts, man. Big up Gio for the comment. Bro, Klopp gonna say Saka to Arsenal. That can't happen. No chance. But yeah, man. Obviously, that's.
I don't know about that. I reckon if the money is right for Leipzig, they'll probably take.
They'll probably play. Yeah. How much would you reckon, Colin, would be enough to get him out of Leipzig? How much are you thinking?
He's their starting striker, so
yeah, this is it. It's gonna be big, man. Surely.
I mean,
he's 21.
It'll be a hefty amount, but again, bro, this is what we're on about. It comes back to the board. They have to cough the money up.
Yeah.
And time again, they've shown us that they're not willing to do that, right? And when I say cough the money up, I mean for players that are going to get us over the line. Yes, they've spent money before, but they just the opportunity for Ollie Watkins, right? And I know it's like not the greatest example, but we offer 40 and we don't offer 60.
Mm-hmm.
Like even just go into like I don't know 52 million or whatever. If we had done that, Villa might have sold him because we're at least meeting them halfway. The fact that we're 20 million apart from their valuation shows that we're not meeting them halfway anyway. So do I have faith in this club that they're gonna cough up the money for a player like Sesko or Vlahovic or Osimhen? No. No. Because they've shown their hand this January, bro.
Yeah.
Simple as that. If the fans aren't on the club's neck from now on, and especially during the summer, then seriously, I don't know what this fan base is smoking, bro. Because the board have shown their hand. We all know it. Let's stay on them.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. I completely agree. There's such a lack of quality strikers. What is going on, man? Bro, obviously, I said this before. Like, back in the day, like we were saying, Colin, like, we used to have, Eduardo, Van Persie, Adebayor, and Bentner. Bentner used to be the worst one, but we used to have 4 strikers in the squad. Now we ain't got one between Arsenal, Chelsea. Like, we ain't got one between the 2 top clubs. Like, it's crazy when you think about it. So, yeah, times have changed, unfortunately. Football's gone into a different direction with false nines and people inverting and stuff like that. And I just feel like that's where the lack of strikers have come into it because people are not pushing goal scorers anymore. Do you know
what I was saying? Do you know what I was saying on socials though? Right. Some people were calling out the inverted wingback nonsense and that it needs to stop. Were you watching the show then? Because I said that over a week ago.
This is it. This is where you get exclusive here, guys.
Have you just copy and pasted what I've said? Is that what it is? Because, brother, I'm sick of this inverted wing back nonsense. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sick of it because, bro, okay, I might be revealing my age here, but I'm from an era where you play players in their proper positions.
Same.
You know, I'm going like right backs who can get forward but can defend also and don't have to drift into midfield. You know, I'm just like this inverted wingback nonsense. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I'm not a massive fan of it either myself. But going on to obviously quickly the Leicester game. What would your team be, bro? Just quickly, who would you pick? Would it be the same team as the one against Newcastle, or would you make some changes? Obviously, potentially Ben White could be back for that game. Obviously, he's out in Dubai training as well. So, what team would you pick, bro?
Ben White's on the bench.
Mm.
He's not starting because
No way.
Again, he's just come back off an injury, bro. Like we're not doing that. Fuck off.
Knee surgery as well.
You know? Yeah, exactly. So Ben White, if he's fit, bench. You're lucky if you get 20 minutes. All right, simple. I think at this point you just got to stick with the 11 that you got, man. Because I mean, I don't even know who's injured and who's not.
To be fair, I say the 11 that we started with. Well, we can't because Martinelli's injured, so it's gonna have to be Ethan starting on the right, man.
Listen, Ethan will be on the right, and you know, whoever else. Bro. It's like I've said. I've checked out. I've checked out mentally, and this club just repeatedly knocked the stuffing out of you, and you know. It is what it is, man. Who cares?
Yeah, man. I hear that. Big up Keith Ainsley says, thanks to you for giving Roman a shout out. Made his day. Thanks, lads. No, big up, man. No problem, bro. Big up for being in the chat and big him up again. Roman Ainsley, man. Big up, Roman. Yeah, I second that, man. But yeah, that concludes, obviously, today's episode of Arsenal and Chill. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed the episode. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Colin, bro, tell the guys what you've got planned and what you've had, what you're doing now. That obviously the famous FM 25 has been cancelled off the face of the earth, never to return, never to be seen again. That is done for until 2026. So yeah,
you have to be so emphatic about it,
bro. I did this. I'm still in shock, brother. I thought for definite Colin's going to be playing.
Well, no, because
by March.
Bro, I forgot about it until you brought it up. Like, what are we doing?
You know what? This is payback for you trying to get me in that Spurs shirt. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is. That's what it is, brother. So.
Oh my god! Right, fairs, man, fairs, bro. Listen, if I can't take a shot at you, who can?
Yeah, like, this is it, bro. This is it.
Come on, man. But I mean, for the time being, I mean, okay, like. We're working on. I mean, I'm trying to get like pieces together for continuing the TNA save on TW, which is going quite well. I've just got. I've got my next pay-per-view card kind of set. It's just figuring out where everything goes because I don't work with a script, lads. Right? We work off the dome piece. You know what I mean? But. As far as the Twitch is concerned, because that'll be going on the YouTube because it's not really a Twitch kind of game, like it's more of a YouTube kind of thing. I might do some serious Sam playthroughs on the Twitch actually, because and I'm not talking the new ones, like because I've got the old ones saved on my Steam, so I might do that. I mean. Should be told, bro. FM25 has really fucked me up. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I had all these plans for FM25 where we build Leicester up to win a title again, like taking I don't know Aberdeen or something to a Scottish Premier League title and winning in Europe again and. Brother, I'm going to say this now. Fuck you, Sports Interactive, you dickheads.
Yeah, that's really messed up your plans. Obviously, as well, before I forget, Make sure you guys check out the podcast me and Colin did. Did you put it on YouTube or Twitch, Colin? About wrestling?
No. It's on the Twitch. It's on the Twitch.
It's on the Twitch. So yeah, make sure I put Colin's Twitch in the description below. Make sure you check out that if there's any WWE fans here. Obviously, me and Colin discuss WWE, AEW, everything wrestling that's gone on in the last month or so, Royal Rumble included. So make sure you follow Colin on Twitch to check that exclusive podcast out. It was a banger, man, and yeah, we had some good
actually that's an idea. You've just given me an idea for the Twitch. Actually, you've just given me a really good idea.
Go on.
Right, everyone knows how much I love Scott Steiner. There's a video I've not reacted to yet. Right, it's been saving in the background. So instead of doing it by myself, me and Tops, I'll share it on the StreamYard thing. And, you know, me and Tops at some point next week will react to it. Because it gets boring complaining about the same old shit day in, day out, bruv. Because that's what Arsenal do to us on a weekly basis, you know what I mean? I don't even know why I'm here. I was supposed to have a day off. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. Today was my day off. And yet Tops has decided, nah, let's drag him out the hinges. Let's drag him away and just fuck his whole day up. Brilliant.
Yeah, this is my fault, guys. The people wanted to see an Arsenal and Chill episode, man. They needed to see it.
It was your chat. It was your chat's idea. That's what it was. You did it.
I did it for the people. I did it for the Rock. I did it.
What did you put a poll out on social media and go, do you want another Arsenal Chill? And they're like, yeah, we want to see Colin lose his shit. Well, there you go. You got it now. Lovely.
They've definitely got their money's worth in this episode. Big up Keith Ainsley says shout out to Freddie. Big up Freddie, wherever you are. Hopefully you're watching the stream. But yeah, that concludes the episode. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you follow Colin. The link is in the description below. But yeah, until the next time, hopefully we're discussing an Arsenal win at Leicester. Stay safe, people. Don't hate the play, hate the game. And until next time, peace.